Hey guys, welcome to this TikTok live show. I think some of you have already joined us. Just type a hi in the chat, guys, so that I know. I think there should be a chat at the bottom, all right? And you should be able to turn it to landscape mode so you are able to see my screen as well. Just type a hi in the chat, guys, so that I know that this is working. Welcome to this TikTok live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. Thank you so much. I think I can see some of you guys over here. Hi, Victor, Ellen, Norman, Rich. Hi, good to see you here as well. Okay, very good. Good to see you here. Hi. Okay, I think some of you, the username, I have not really changed it, so I don't know your name. Hi, Jenny. It's good to see you here. Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to this live show, guys. Thank you. Okay, let's get started right now. Okay, let's just wait for a few more people to join, right? And would it be okay, guys? Help me to just tap on the screen. Help me to tap on the screen so that you can give me some hearts or some likes, all right? That would be really helpful. You can reach out to more people. Just tap on the screen. That there should be some like hearts or what coming on your screen. All right, awesome. Thank you. And yeah, so in this TikTok live show, guys, as the name suggests, the name of it is called Ask Me Any Stocks, right? Ask Me Any Stocks. So if you're joining us for the first time, essentially this is where we go through some of the stocks that you guys are asking about. All right, so today we'll be looking at the Singapore market. So I'll do a quick market outlook, all right, and then we'll go through some of the stocks that you guys are asking about. And at the end of this live show, I will also share with you like one or two stocks that is in my watch list that could potentially show even more upside, and you can put them in your watch list as well. Sounds good, guys? Just type okay guys in chat if that is fine before we get started. All right, and this is pretty much how this live show. So we try to do this live show once every like 2 weeks or once every 2 or 3 weeks, all right? So hopefully you'll be able to join us. So go ahead to click on the follow button. There should be a follow button right at the top. Just click on the follow button so that when we go live, all right, you will be notified if you have downloaded the TikTok app, all right? So just click on follow, all right? Make sure you follow me and show me some love. Click on the heart shape as well. That will be really helpful. We can reach out to more people, all right? Okay, so let's get started right now. How many of you want me to go through a quick market outlook? Just type M, all right? Type M for market, guys, if you want me to go through a quick market outlook. Thanks, Kuntik, for following as well. Yeah, go ahead to follow. I think some of you are following me. So click on the follow at the top left-hand corner. There should be a follow plus button or something like that, all right? And that's where you will be notified when we go live, all right? And yeah, we want to try to hit the goal of at least like 500. I think we are like short of 3 more, so help me to reach this goal, guys. I think there is a goal top right-hand corner, like 500 followers, all right? So help me to reach that goal. Click on follow if you have not yet followed. You have done so, thank you so much, right? So for those of you who are just joining us, welcome to this TikTok live show, right? Called Ask Me Any Stock. We'll go through a quick market outlook, then later we'll cover the stocks that you guys want a quick opinion on, and I'll share if you guys want stock at it. So let me go ahead to cover the market right now. Okay, so this is the Dow Jones, right? The Dow Jones right over here. All right, so let me go ahead to analyze the Dow Jones for you, and then maybe we look at the S&P 500 and then look at maybe the STI as well, right? So I think some of you are already typing in the stocks that you want a quick opinion. Thank you so much. Thanks, Tang, for joining. Janice, you are asking about Jardine, right? Jardine CNC. Okay, I'll try to cover that, right? So keep it for later, guys. Let me just go through the market right now. And let's see, right? So we have this, look at this, right? So this is Dow Jones, right? Dow Jones right here. And you can see that we have formed a resistance level right over here at around that 40,000. So 40,000 seems to be a pretty strong psychological resistance level. We have touched, I would say, like about 1, 2, 3 times right over here. So that's where we are seeing selling, I would say, over the past like 2 over months. All right, and we definitely want to break above that 40,000 level to see more upside. So right now we're seeing a bit of weakness. I mean, I think all of you would have known about these rate cuts being pushed back. So, you know, sometimes it push, you know, when we have like talk about cuts pushing back further or maybe even rate hike and stuff, the market gets a little bit weaker. So there are like 2 or 3 rate cuts penciled in for this year, but inflation is still remaining stickily high, all right? So the Fed want to take a more cautious approach and would like to delay the rate cuts for now. But I think it will eventually come. So at least for the market, I think that in the longer term for Dow Jones, we are still in a pretty good uptrend, all right? But of course, in the short term, you can see that we are swinging up and down, right over here. We're maybe making our way back down again towards this support and maybe potentially rebounding from it. So what is the support level for the Dow Jones? Well, the support level for the Dow Jones would be somewhere around that 37,500 to 37,700. I think that would be the support level right now. So I think the market still looks okay. Just in the short term, we are consolidating. So that is the range from 37,800, 37,700 all the way to that 40,000. So looks quite okay. So on dips, you can also try to get it. I think that is potentially where some bargain hunting can come in again. All right, so let's take a look at maybe the S&P 500 index very quickly. So S&P 500 index that makes up the top 500 companies in the US, right? That's a very very popular index. You can see that for S&P 500 index, we have found a new high over the past 1-2 weeks. We have broken above this resistance at about 5,260. Yeah, about 5,260. You can see that's where we actually attempted to break it, and seems like, look at this, right? So this was the resistance level. We have attempted to break it, and this resistance has now turned to a support level whereby we are still holding above. And this 20 days moving average line, you can see this is a short-term trend, was pointing down in April and May, all right, but started to reverse back up. So it looks pretty good, right? So not just the longer-term trend is up for the S&P 500, but we have seen signs of the short-term trend turning up as well, I would say, over the past 1 to 2 weeks, all right? So that's where we are. I think it's still pretty good, right? Still pretty good. It's like consolidating. I think now support-wise at about that 5,250, all right, maybe about 5,250, all right, all the way to maybe that 5,400. So that could be kind of like the next upside. This is the S&P 500 index. All right, so I think some of you are typing the name of your stocks already. Okay, I tell you what, how many of you want me to go through the STI? Just type S guys in the chat if you want me to go through the STI, or would it be okay guys if you hit the follow button right at the top and also tap on the screen, that's where there will be like some hearts shaped likes, right? Show me some love, tap on the screen guys before I go through the stocks that you guys are asking about as well. Hi, Ahyok, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Brian, Vio. Good to see you here as well. Thanks for following, Vio. Good to see you here. Hi, Kuntik. All right, okay, so I see a lot of you have joined us today. Thanks for joining this Ask Me Any Stock live show on TikTok, right? And we are getting started right now. So those of you who have just joined us, welcome, all right? I'll go through some of the stocks that you guys want a quick opinion on. So I think some of you have already typed in your stock. So let's get started right now. All right, so we're looking at the Singapore market today. I think in the previous live call we talked about the US stock, so maybe in the next one you can join us if you're looking at the US market. But right now, let's take a look at the Singapore market, right? Singapore market. So let me just go through. Okay, so I think to go through the market very quickly before we cover the stocks that you guys are asking about. So this is the Straits Times Index, right? The STI right over here. You can see that. Let me just go to draw some very key levels. The 3,450 level, that would be resistance level right here, 3,450, and some good support, I would say, over the past 2-3 years, right? Over here, right? The 3,000 level. So you can see that for STI, it looks a little bit different. I think I mentioned this in some of my YouTube videos as well, and also on the live call, that we are pretty much moving sideways for the STI, right? It's like, swinging up and down, up and down, up and down, up, down, up, down, right? In this range over the past 2 years, from 3,000 to 3,450. So you can see right now we are seeing a bit of strength. We have found some support, not at 3,000, but maybe about 3,100 over the past 4 months. And we are seeing that push back up again. The short-term trend looks good, right, in terms of the 20 days moving average. And we may be making our way slowly up to this level, the 3,450. So I think the STI looks pretty bullish, right? But just take note, guys, of this key level, 3,450, or maybe even the 3,500, right? If we were to, see some bearish candlesticks over there. Again, look at this, right? This is where we saw selling here, over here. So when you see bearish candlestick happening near a resistance level, that is potentially where we may see a potential reversal, right? But I'm looking forward for the day, all right, whereby it can break the 3,450 or maybe 3,500 for the STI. I think that's potentially where, we might be out of this 2-3 years consolidation range, all right, and the uptrend can really start to take place much, stronger, maybe all the way to like 3,006 to 3,008. That could be the upside for the STI. But right now, unfortunately, over the past 2-3 years, we are still in a sideways movement, right? But we have seen strength in many of the banks, DBS, UOB, OCBC, that have led to strength in the index as well. Maybe I think some of you are asking about the banks as well. All right, so let's go into cover the stocks that you guys are asking about. So go ahead, guys, to type in. All right, but before I cover that, go ahead to give me some heart shape, guys. Tap on the heart shape. For those of you who give me the heart shapes and the likes, that's where I'll give you a bit more priority. All right, so just tap on the heart shape right now. Thank you so much. I think a lot of hearts coming up, floating up. All right, thank you so much. I'm not too sure whether you guys can see this, but yeah, thanks for all the hearts and love. All right, okay, very good. So now go ahead to let me know what are some of the Singapore stocks that you want covered. For those of you who are just joining us, welcome to this TikTok live show and ask me any stock. So I've just done a quick overview of the market, some of the key levels for the Dow Jones, the S&P 500 index, and now we are looking at the stocks, the Singapore stocks, right, that you guys want a quick opinion on. I'll do a quick analysis, and at the end, right, so this live show will go on for like about an hour, maybe until about 12 p.m. and you guys can go for lunch after that, right? So about 1 hour, I will share with you guys at the end one or two stocks that I like that perhaps you could put in your watch list, right? So type in the chat. I'll try to cover the most popular Singapore stocks that all of you are asking about, right? So let me just go through the list very quickly, guys. We have like Genting Sing, we have IFAST, DBS. We're looking at Singapore stocks today, so some of you who type like Amazon or Microsoft, maybe we can do it the next time, all right? So do join us for the next time. So we try to alternate between like Singapore stocks and US stocks, you know, different sessions. So today we're looking at Singapore stocks. The previous one we did the US market, so today is the Singapore market. All right, so we have IFAST, SIA. Let's see, right? So go to type in the chat, guys. SamuderaShipping. Let's see, all right? What are some of the stocks that you guys want? DBS. Jackson, I think you're asking about US stock. Maybe the next one we'll cover US stock, but today we'll be looking at the Singapore market. All right, so we try to alternate. Thanks for your understanding, Jackson. Geo Energy, Riverstone, Value Trading, all pretty good, right? These are some of the stocks that we share as well. Geo Energy, Genting, Riverstone, Frencken. Okay, seems like there's a lot. Okay, I'll try my best, guys, to cover as many stocks as possible. Right, so just give me some time. Let me just go ahead to go through right now. Maybe we'll go on. Maureen, you're asking about, okay, Riverstone. Let's just talk about Riverstone right now, right? Riverstone, let's go. Okay, so I think I've done some analysis. So this is Riverstone. So let me just write it down. All right, I think there will be a replay as well. Okay, so Riverstone right here at about 0.895. So those of you who are already a client of mine in Philips Securities, that's where we'll send out the replay as well to you. And how many of you are actually clients of mine in Philips Securities? Just type C for if you're already a client of mine in Philips Securities and you're getting some of our ideas by WhatsApp daily. All right, I think in fact some of those stocks that you guys are asking about, we have actually covered some of them. Thank you so much. Wow, quite a lot of you are clients. Pin, Rich, Ashu. For those of you, okay, so for those of you who are not yet a client of mine in Philips Securities and you are trading in I mean, you need a trading account, right? When you're trading stocks in Singapore market, US market, whatever markets, you need a trading account. And if you're not getting any service from your own broker, no ideas, no videos, no WhatsApp daily and stuff, do check it out, all right? Click on the link in my bio. That's how you can find out how you can become a client of mine, like many of our audience over here are. Thank you so much for your support. Rose, Henry, Richard, Brian, thank you so much for the support as well. But if you're not yet a client, click on the link in my bio, find out how you can become a client of mine in Philips Securities. For free, you do not pay anything more. It's pretty much the same as whatever you pay when you're trading, all right? And you do get some of our ideas much faster by WhatsApp daily, all right? For free at no additional cost. So that's for those of you who are not yet a client of mine in Philips Securities. Link in bio, click on it. Okay, let me see if I can just grab the link. I think some of you, let me see if I can grab the link and put it in the chat, right? Right, yeah, it seems like I can place the link in the chat, all right? Or you can click the link in the bio to find out a little bit more. So let's go on to Riverstone right now at about 0.895. So Riverstone was one of the stocks that came into our watch list, I would say, since about 1-2 months back. You can see that we have found a higher support level. It used to be consolidating, all right, at about 0.75. So you can see right over here, right, since December, we swing up, down, up, right over here, and we broke this 0.75. 75 cents was a resistance level somewhere around March. We broke it, great, and you can see that there are signs of the uptrend actually forming. So Riverstone has came to our watch list since like 1-2 months back because not only were there signs of the moving averages turning up in terms of the trend turning up, but in terms of prices itself, we can see that it has consolidated at a higher phase, right? A higher phase in terms of support being found, right, from about this level right over here, right? So you can see this was the original support level. Okay, let me just grab the line right over here. So somewhere over here, right? So Support wise was around 65 cents. We broke, it became 75 cents. And over the past like 2 weeks, you can see that we have broken this 85 cents. So we saw a bit of resistance, right, from March all the way to like end of April. But eventually we broke this 85 cents. And now it seems like, we are still holding above these 85 cents. So I think the uptrend looks intact for those of you who have got in on Riverstone when we've covered it, I think last month. Not too bad. Let me just go to draw some resistance level. I think that would be a resistance level right over here. So I think the range right now for Riverstone would be anything from 85 cents all the way to about $1. 85 cents to $1. So actually this is one of the stocks that we like. I mean, we have sent out a note to our clients in Philip Securities as well, all right, by WhatsApp. So I think that was a few weeks back. It's gone up to $1, saw a little bit of profit taking. So I think these are some of the stocks that you can consider. I think so far, anything above the 85 cents, in fact, that is where the 20 days moving average line is as well, right? It's kind of like pointing up, and it coincides with the horizontal, right, resistance turn support at about 85 cents. So anything above 85 cents, I think for Riverstone still looks pretty good. We could potentially see the reversal all the way back up to $1, maybe be a profit taking again, and then eventually, of course, if it breaks the $1, that is a psychological resistance level. I think that's potentially where we may raise our targets higher to 110, 120. I think that is one of the stocks you can put in your watch list. All right, so this is Riverstone. You can see that for this resistance at about $1, right? Let's take a look at the past, maybe like 2 years back. You can see that was where we saw selling right over here at the $1. It was a support level as well. Look at this support level over here. So these are all support level resistance, and it is pretty much back to where we are right now at about $1. So $1 would be a very key psychological level. That's where selling can happen again. Nothing wrong to lock in some profits near there, but you can set some alerts. I think we will definitely have some alerts if it breaks the $1. Potentially we may see more upside. So that is Riverstone. That is Riverstone. For those of you who have just joined us, I've just covered one of the stocks that you guys are asking about. So I'll try to pick those that are a little bit more popular. A lot of people are asking about. So we have covered like Riverstone. That is number 1. So let me just go through the list. Type in the chat, guys, the stocks, the Singapore stocks that you guys want a quick opinion. So we have Riverstone done. Let's take a look at maybe, let's see, right? Geo Energy, Food Empire. Okay, let's take a look at Food Empire. All right, Food Empire seems like a lot of people are asking about it as well. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Food Empire over here. So you can see that for Food Empire, right, it is a pretty strong uptrend, I would say, since last year, just by looking at the moving averages, the 100 days, red line, the blue line, the 200 days moving average. They're both pointing up since like beginning of 2023, all right? And for the short term, well, we did see some weakness right after breaking this support at about $1.30. So we actually saw some good support right over here, 130 to like 140. It was consolidating right over here. That was somewhere in like February all the way to like end of March or beginning April. You can see we kind of broke the 130, or maybe even that one, yeah, maybe somewhere over here, 130, 128 support level over here, and that is where the 20 days moving average, the short-term trend, started to turn down, right? So it turned down, and we saw weakness coming back, right? Retested, came all the way down. You can see now we are consolidating slightly lower. So I would say that the longer-term trend for Food Empire is still, in an upwards direction, not really like a down kind of thing. But of course, in the short term, we did break a support level somewhere early of somewhere I would say in April, somewhere in April, end of April. So that's potentially where sellers came back, and we started to see weakness. So right now, maybe we have found a bit of support around the $1.10. So support used to be at about, maybe, of course, prices are adjusted downwards due to some dividend and stuff. But it seems like right now, $1.10 over the past 2 weeks, we are seeing a bit of a support coming out, right? Support coming out. So I think right now, yeah, but 110 would be the support level. But you can see that, guys, that the 20 days moving average is still slightly pointing down. So there could still be a little more weakness. So what happens is that when we were to hit to a support level, so around that 110, or maybe even that 105, or maybe even the psychological $1, I think $1 to 110, anything in this range, that is potentially where some buying pressure can come back. But in order for an entry to happen, right, we want to wait for the trend to turn up as well in terms of the short-term trend. So just to teach you guys a little bit on the strategy part. So for example, as I said, right, this 20 days moving average line, it is still pointing down, as you can see, right? It's still pointing down. So for example, let's say if it were to like, you know, point down a little bit more and maybe start to flatten out and maybe even start to point up, I think that would be a good sign where, you know, we have found that support level, and now not only finding the support level, but the short-term trend has started to turn up as well. All right, and that's where potentially we might start to see that reversal back. But right now, unfortunately, you know, we have seen weakness. All right, this short-term trend is still not really stabilized yet, or not really pointing up yet. So you're still a little bit more cautious for now for Food Empire. All right, so this is Food Empire. Let's move on to the next stock. Let's move on to number 3. All right, so I'll try to cover as many stocks as possible. Let's see, right? So we have Riverstone done, Food Empire done, SamuderaShipping. Let's take a look at SamuderaShipping, right? One of the stocks that I like. Let's take a look, right? So in fact, for SamuderaShipping, for those of you who are a client of mine in Philip Securities, we actually covered this stock a couple of, I think 1 or 2 months back, and it started to push up, and we actually broke this very key resistance level at about the 90 cents right over here. This 90 cents was like a resistance since last year, or in fact 1 over year back. Look at this, right? Support, we broke up, and upside targets were drawn from 90 cents all the way to like $1 and then $1.10, because $1.10 was pretty much where selling can happen. How many of you actually received this? For clients of mine in Philip, I think you guys would have received this idea, SamuderaShipping, when it broke 90 cents, you know, a couple of times, and we started to have I think an idea. So type yes, guys, if you have received it. I think not too bad. So SamuderaShipping, just take note, guys. I think the uptrend is intact. It has been intact since last year, end of the year, or maybe beginning of the year, right? We started to see signs of the trend turning up. Consolidation wise, we broke a key resistance at 70 cents, even 80 cents, and of course 90 cents gave way as well. So not too bad, but just take note of where selling can come back again, around the $1.10. So anything near 110, it could be 105, it could be 104, 106, 108, 10 something. All right, that is where you can lock in some profits as well, because we might see a bit of profit taking, you might pull back and maybe find another support level, right? And then maybe start to see a rebound. So nothing wrong to take some profit, because we have pushed up, I would say, since like May, about more than 30-40%, right, from when we first covered it. So not too bad, but because of the rise we have seen in SamuderaShipping, also good to take steps to lock in some profits, or maybe take steps to protect your profits. All right, so that is SamuderaShipping. All right, let's move on to the next stock. All right, let's see. AEM. Let's take a look at AEM. I think a lot of people are asking about AEM as well. Let's see. Okay, so this is AEM, right? So what do you guys think about AEM before I analyze it? Do you guys think that is a little bit of an uptrend or a bit of a downtrend? Just let me know, guys. Type up or down for AEM. If you can share with me, guys, before I do a quick analysis, is it in an uptrend or like downtrend for AEM based on this chart right over here? Up or down? What do you guys think? Up or down for AEM? For those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this TikTok live show called Ask Me Any Stock. So I'm just going through some of the Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about. We have covered like Riverstone, Food Empire, SamuderaShipping, and now we're looking at AEM. So I'll try my best to cover as many as possible. All right. So of course, along the way, I'll share with you guys a little bit on the strategy part as well. So it's not just on me telling you to buy or not to buy, but also to learn something as well, some golden nuggets here and there. All right. So I hope you guys find it useful as well. All right. Okay, so down. Very good. So I think all of you are getting it correct. You can see that for AEM, we have been pretty much in a downtrend since like 2022, just by drawing this downward sloping, I would say, channel resistance line, connecting the highs, forming lower highs, right? Look at this, like lower highs. So it's been a bit of a downtrend, right? And all this while when we were in downtrend, right, we actually saw a support somewhere around that $3. So $3 was a very key support level. And of course, when we break this support level, it's not so strong. So we actually broke this support level somewhere in January. The $3 gave way. You can see it started to trade all the way down, rebounded a little bit, went even lower. The 250 support gave way as well. All right, right here. And for the past like 2 over months, we were actually consolidating from like $2 to $2.50, up, down. But what happens, guys? It seems like over the past 1 over week, we have broken down the $2 support level. Look at this, guys. All right, this $2 support level has been broken down. So let me just change this to red in color, a resistance level. This would be a resistance level as well, $2, $2.50. And you can see, guys, that the 20 days moving average line, the green line, it is sloping down. It's sloping down right now with prices below $2. Unfortunately, it still looks a little bit weak. All right, so for stocks that are in the downtrend and it breaks a support level and it stays below that support level, which is a new resistance level, then you want to be careful because that is potentially where sellers can come back again, and we may see selling, right? It may push lower, right? Because it just shows that it's not able to push back up or rebound back above the support, right? It's now below a support level, and it is at actually a lower phase, so not so good that way. All right, it just looks a bit weaker. Maybe some little support coming in around 180. If you can draw it right over here, so 180 to $2, that seems to be the range right now. So this is AEM right here, so it's 180 to $2. So anything below $2, now it's 1.93, right? So anything below $2, unfortunately, I'm still a little bit bearish, right? And I'm just afraid that it might break, just like how it has broken the $3 and the 250 support, right? If it actually breaks the 180 support level, we may see more weakness, maybe all the way to 150. I mean, that could be the downside. So we try not to buy a stock that is just going lower in a downtrend, trend indicators pointing down, plus is a potential that it may break a support as well. All right, that's where you want to be careful. We try not to buy stocks like this, right? So this is AEM, all right, one of the stocks that you guys are asking about. All right, so let's move on to the next stock. Stock number 5. So let me just try to cover as many as possible. I think we have IFAST. Let's see, right? So IFAST. All right, I'll try my best to cover as many stocks as possible, guys, but my apologies if I cannot cover all your stocks. All right, hopefully you can join us in the next live one again, but I'll try to pick the more popular one. AEM done. Let's see, right? IFAST, it seems like a lot of you are asking about it. Who's the one typing IFAST? Just type Y for yes if you type IFAST just now. Let me just see, right? IFAST, where is it? Yeah, I think some of you are asking about IFAST. Let me just scroll up. We have Genting Singapore, Geo Energy seems to a lot of people asking as well. Okay, DBS. Okay, let me just try to cover as quickly as possible, right? So let's go on to IFAST right now. I think some of you are asking about IFAST. Okay, let's see, right? So I think for IFAST, I would say that we have seen some pretty good move right over here. This would be very key resistance. What is that? Oh, the $6. So we broke the $6 resistance, went all the way up. Okay, let me just draw another very key line. The $8.50. You can see 8.50. Definitely that would be a very, very key resistance. One time, two times, and we just couldn't get above it. Look at it's a very strong rally from 6 to 8.50. But right now, it seems like we are seeing a little bit of a sideways movement, a little bit more down to sideways, not really up for now. Let's take a look at why. I think we can draw another line right here. So what happens is that whenever I look at any single chart, and that's what you guys want to do as well, right? You want to always draw what we call horizontal support and resistance lines, right? Because it gives you an idea of where are prices whereby we have actually rebounded from. That's what we call a support level. And where are prices whereby we have actually sold down from. So when you draw these lines, it gives you a little bit of an idea. Thanks, DC Chairs. All right, I think you have given me something. Thank you so much. All right, those of you who have just joined us, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us in this TikTok live show whereby I'm going through some of the stocks. Right now, we are looking at IFAST. IFAST, one of those popular Singapore stocks that a lot of people are asking about as well, right? So this live show will go on to, about an hour, so maybe about 12 p.m. plus, right? We'll end it, right? So I'll just go through all the stocks before I share with you guys one or two stocks that I like as well at the end. So make sure you stay all the way to the end as well, all right? Okay, let's go on to IFAST. You can see right over here, we saw another support turn resistance. Look at this, right? So this was like a support level, became a resistance, maybe around $7 and $7.70. So right now you can see that just by drawing all these lines, guys, do you agree that you have a better idea of where we are right now? So prices for IFAST $6.83. So it seems like right now we have broken the psychological 7. So let me just draw another line, right? This is a horizontal line right over here, $7. Yeah, about $7. Look at this, right? A couple of resistance here. Look at this resistance, came down, we went above it, tried to stay above it around that $7.10 to $7, right? We actually saw some support, but right now over the past week we have broken down, right? Not just the $7, but also this $7 level, and it seems like we are seeing some weakness. So we may start to push lower, or maybe lower all the way down. But take note, as I mentioned, where could buying pressure come back again? Well, because I've drawn the support lines, and you can see that we have rebounded 2 times in March and also in April. at that $6.50 level. Right? I'm not saying that it will surely rebound from $6.50 again when we hit there, but because we have rebounded 2 times, right, over the past 2 months, when we have hit it there, all right, there's a very high potential that if we do see signs of the short-term trend turning up over there, that could lead that reversal, just like what we saw as it rebounded up, as it rebounded up, as it rebounded up. Does it make sense? All right, so that is where what you could look for as well as we hit towards the support level plus some bullish candlestick around there, or maybe signs of the 20 days moving average line flattening out, maybe even pointing up. That could lead that reversal. So that is IFAST right now. Unfortunately, you can see 20 days moving average slightly pointing down. We are below the $7, so some short-term weakness expected, but take note of where buying pressure can come back again. All right, so I hope that helps. That is for IFAST. That is number 5. Let's move on to number 6. I think let's take a look. So I think let me just go on right now. We will cover, let's see. Okay, let me just scroll. So if I've not covered your stock, don't mind, guys. Do me a favor, type in the name because maybe I'm scrolling up to the top in case I miss any of the names of the stock. So let's take a look at Geo Energy. Seems like a lot of people asking about Geo Energy as well. All right, so if I've not covered it, just type in again so that I can see your stocks again. Let's take a look at Geo Energy right now. Okay, this is Geo Energy, right? Geo Energy right here. Let's take a look, right? So let me go to draw some very key price level right over here. So for those stocks that I've already covered, so in case you don't know what I've covered, guys, Riverstone, Food Empire, SamuderaShipping, AEM, number 4, number 5 is IFAST. Now we are number 6, and that is Geo Energy, right? Geo Energy Resources. All right, so let's get started right now. All right, I'll try to cover those that I've not covered. SIA, Kuntik, Linda Venture, Ping, Genting Singapore. Okay, I'll do my best to cover that. All right, so those of you who have not covered, let me know. Type in the name of the stock again. I will try to cover it in a bit. All right. So let's take a look at Geo Energy. So a little bit of resistance definitely right over here. Resistance, support broke down 0.44, right? 44 cents. Let's take a look at another key level. I think that would be a key level here, 0.35. And what about a support level that's formed? Okay, good. So it seems like we are seeing a bit of strength coming back. So look at this, guys. This level, the 0.28 was a support level somewhere since September all the way to end of the year. A support, right? And we actually sold all the way down to this same support level, around that 0.28275 level, right? And as we sold down to this support level, you can see that there are some signs. Let's take a look at this, right? So there are some signs of the trend finally starting to turn up in terms of the 20 days moving average. So we can look at what we call the green line, this 20 days moving average line. You can see, right? It was like down, flat, down, all the way for like the past 2 months, and past 1-2 weeks, it has started to flatten out. Maybe even starting to point up as well. So I think for Geo Energy, it looks quite okay. It looks quite okay. We are seeing some signs of a reversal happening. In fact, we may have found another support level slightly higher. Over the past week, it seems like that 30 cents, right? 30 cents is a little bit of a support, maybe all the way up to that same resistance level. Let's take a look at it again, right? So maybe from 30 cents all the way up to 0.35, right? That is kind of like the range. If it breaks that 0.35, I think the 20 days moving average green line will continue to point up, and targets can be revised all the way back to like 44 to 45 cents. Pretty much back to where we were. So let's just put the resistance at about 45 cents. I think that could be more like a reversal play. So for Geo Energy, so it's a little bit different, right? Some stocks are strong in an uptrend. They consolidate and they push higher. And they are in a very strong, I would say, healthy uptrend whereby it consolidates. It doesn't really break a support and go lower. It just consolidates at a stronger or higher range. And it starts to push higher again. But certain stocks, it starts to push up, and then we might see it break a support. We might see the trend turning down in the short term, and it goes down and down and down. And we see support coming back again, and there is like a chance of it reversing back up. So this is for Geo Energy, more of a reversal play as it holds above these 30 cents support level. So Geo Energy Resource, I think not too bad. Anything above 30 cents, I think that's where there could be a potential reversal to 35. After the 35 cents were to break, that is where upside targets could be revised as we retest our previous high at that 45 cents again, right over here, 44 to 45 cents. I think that's where potentially we may see some selling coming back. All right. So for those of you who are still here and you have not followed me, guys, go ahead to hit the follow button right at the top left hand corner. All right, hit the follow button. Go ahead to follow me. Hi Jimson, hi Nick, Terrence, good to see you here as well. Okay, so hit the follow button, guys, if you have not yet followed, so that when we go live on TikTok in the future, you will be notified. You receive a notification as well. Follow, turn on the notification. Thanks for following Swim. Okay, thank you so much. All right, good to see you here as well. Thanks Sofong, good to see you here. Thanks for following me as well. All right, so I think when you follow, you can see your name. Thanks for following Terrence. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thanks Apik. Thanks for joining us. All right, okay, so that is Geo Energy, one of stocks that you guys are asking about. Let's move to stock number 7. All right, so let's go on to take a look at it. Let's see, right? So we have maybe SIA, Singapore Airlines. All right, let's take a look at it. Okay, let's see, right? So this is Singapore Airlines. All right, so I think all of you know that last week we had this news coming out from the SQ321 turbulence, right, on this flight called SQ321, and then a lot of people got injured, and yeah, so there was a little bit of negative news, but not much of an impact, I would say, in SIA stock. All right, and you can see this is SIA right here at about $6.72. So let me just go ahead to draw some of those very key levels before I explain to you. I think somewhere over here, 660 would definitely be a support. Resistance level at about that $7, and maybe all the way up to that $7.60 resistance. So let me just go to draw this line before I give you guys a quick opinion on it, right? So SIA, so let's take a look at SIA. So in terms of the longer term trend for SIA, since like 2022, right, we have already seen the uptrend forming. I mean, post COVID recovery, it started to push up and up. And all the in terms of passenger numbers, in terms of tourism numbers, they're all increasing, and people are all traveling, right? So we call like the post-COVID recovery. So a very good push, and you can see that we have turned into an uptrend as well, just by looking at the long term over the past 1 year, just by drawing this upward sloping channel support line. So this is SIA, Singapore Airlines, right? Very strong longer term uptrend. Of course, in the short term, we did see a little bit of fluctuations. We hit to certain resistance level, and selling actually came back, right? But let's take a look at what is happening right now for SIA, right? So you can see that now it's about $6.72, and over the past like 2-3 months, in fact, we were actually consolidating below this resistance level. So let me just draw another line, right over here. This $6.60. So 660, you can see, right? The range was from $6.20 right over here. So $6.20 all the way to $6.60. Look at this, right? So that was where we broke down, and we were actually consolidating from 620 to 660. Went up, came back down, went up. And over the past 2 weeks, right, we actually went above that $6.60 resistance level, which is now the support level. All right, so not too bad. That is potentially where, as it were to break a resistance and consolidate higher with this support level, this new support level holding. So resistance turns support, we are actually consolidating at a higher phase. Look at this, right? So it was like from here, from this phase 620 to 660, it's a 40 cents range, right? Previously for 2 months, and now we can shift it over here. That is the range. You can see, guys, also a 40 cents range. So the range is from $6.60 to the $7, right? $7. So thank you for sharing. All right, since some of you have shared the silent investor, would it be okay, guys, if you hit the share button as well, so that you can reach out to more people? Hit the like, tap on the screen, guys, if you have got some value so far. Just go ahead to show me some love. Tap on the screen if I've covered your stock. If I've not yet covered your stock, help me to tap also, so that I will cover it later. All right, so tap on the screen, give me some heart shapes, all right, some love. Thank you so much for the likes, appreciate it. Share as well, and follow if you have not yet followed. Top left hand corner, click on follow, so that when we go live, you'll be notified. Okay, so this is SIA. So I think it looks pretty good, right? I think the range, as I mentioned, 40 cents range from $6.60 all the way to $7. And I've set my alerts, guys. I think if we can break the $7, right over here, that would be a psychological level. We may start to see, it gradually move up to retest the next resistance all the way to around the $7.60. That is pretty much where we were about a year back. We saw selling right over here. So that is potentially where we could see selling happening again, right? So I think it looks quite okay right now. At least we are trying to consolidate slightly higher. Support-wise, $6 and 60 cents. All right, okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, thanks for sharing, Silent. So we have covered AEM already. I think some of you are asking about the stocks. James, we have already covered AEM. We have covered, okay, number 1, we have covered Riverstone, Food Empire, SamuderaShipping. Number 4, AEM. Number 5 is IFAST. Number 6 is Geo Energy. Number 7 is SIA, which is this one. So I'll try to cover a few more stocks. All right, so if you miss the live session, maybe you can watch the replay. We'll try to get the replay ready and maybe post it on YouTube or something like that. All right, and if you're on my email list or something like that, or as a client of mine in Philip Securities, you will get the replay when it is ready as well. All right, so those of you who are not yet a client of mine in Philip Securities, if you are trading in Singapore market, all right, and trading, buying and selling stocks, US stocks, whatever stocks, any markets, and you don't get any service from your own broker, right, go ahead to click on the link in the bio to find out how you can become a client of mine in Philip Securities for free, all right, to get some of those ideas by WhatsApp daily at absolutely no additional charge, all right, especially if you are trading online and you don't get any service, all right, from your own broker, or you don't even know who he or she is, right? So yeah, it's just like a DIY online platform. Nobody bothers about you. Check it out, click link in bio, find out how you can become a client of mine in Philip Securities for free, no additional cost, right? So I think a lot of you are clients of mine, and that's where you get some of those ideas we share by WhatsApp daily, all right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. We have, let me see, right? I'll try to cover the most popular one. Okay, Japfa, Japfa. All right, I think that is what. Let me just go through very quickly. So I'll just go through very quickly now. I think some of you are asking about that. Let's take a look at it. So Japfa, number 8. Okay, this is number 8, Japfa. So I think Japfa, we are looking at a pretty good reversal play. So you can see there are signs of the trend indicators turning up as well. Since like March, April, we are consolidating at a low phase, pump, higher phase, pump, another higher phase. So that is a good thing, right? So I think the range right now is from like about 30 cents to maybe that 35 cents. If I can draw another resistance level right over here. So that's the range. I think so far, it looks pretty good. Buyers are starting to come out or bargain hunt near the 30 cents all the way to 35. If the 35 to give way, maybe all the way up to that 40 cents. So it looks quite okay. I think as long as we stay above 30 cents, the uptrend remains intact. We might just be consolidating in the short term, which gives you an opportunity, all right, to get in near the 30 cents support level as well. All right, so that is for Japfa. All right, so let's move on to the next stock. So I'll try to cover. So those of you who have not yet covered the stock, let me know. Let's take a look at SATS. SATS. I think some of you are asking about SATS. Let's move on. SATS services. Who's the one asking about SATS? Okay, let's take a look, right? Okay, SATS services right here. Okay, so I think for SATS today, we are seeing quite a good move. And you can see that for SATS, right? Take a note, guys, that for SATS for the past 1 over year, since 2022, right? In fact, we have been consolidating sideways. Look at this, right? A very key resistance at the $3 mark. Look at this. It's just like swing down, up, swing up, down, up, down, 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 down. Like this for the past 1 over year, right? The range is very clear from $2.40 all the way to $3, right? That is the range. I mean, I can just put this on the side all the way here, right? So now I think that we are seeing a bit of strength coming back. The short term wise, we did break like maybe the 265 level, all right? And then yeah, we are seeing some good, some buying pressure coming back as it rebounds again. How many times we have rebounded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now it's like moving back up again all the way to $3. So now it's $2.78. So for those of you who have got in on SATS services, you're trading the range. You can see it's like about a more than 20% range. You try to get in near the 240, 250, right? And then you try to get out where? Try to get out near the $3, right? Why? Because $3, as I mentioned, is where we have seen selling, right? So I'm not saying that it will surely see selling and it will surely come back down again. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But the fact is that because we have seen profit taking or prices retracing down from the $3 over the past 1 over year, there's a higher probability of some selling happening near there again. Does it make sense? So if you were to ride it maybe to near $3, it could be 280 something, 290 something, 92, 95, 97, 98. Nothing wrong to lock in some profits, all right? Get out first, maybe wait for it to pull back and then get in again, right? So that's what you could do if you're getting in. I mean, if you're riding the upside, you have got in near the support level, you can time your entry to maybe get out near $3. Of course, right? So there is a potential. That doesn't mean it, hit to $3 like 3-4 times, it might come back down again. So now it will come back down, right? So there is a potential that it might actually break that $3, right? So if it does break the $3, good, that would be another thing, right? So I'll probably set my alert like 301, 302, 305. And if it breaks the $3, right, great, right? I think that is where potentially we may see the reversal happening even further. We have got out of this 1 over year consolidation phase, and upside targets could be revised maybe to like $3.60 or $3.50, right? That is what could happen as well if we were to break $3. All right, so right now, let's just put it back here. I think the range is, from $2.40 to $3. Let's see whether we can break the $3. All right, so that is for SAT services. I hope you have a better idea of some of the key levels for SATs. All right, so let's take a look at next one. So some of you are asking about certain stocks, right? So let's take a look at Frencken, F-R-E-N-C. I think a lot of you are asking about Frencken. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so let's see Frencken, right? So for Frencken, you can see that we actually saw some heavy selling right over here at about $1.70. Look at this, right? $1.70, a bit of resistance. And some support came in at 150. Unfortunately, we broke down. And you can see that I've drawn this upward sloping channel support line. So the longer term trend for Frencken actually looks quite okay. In fact, since like beginning of 2023, or maybe somewhere around mid of 2023, right? In August, July, we saw signs of a very good move up when they talk about like rate cuts and all that, right? So the tech stocks all saw strength. Frencken was one of those that saw strength as well, went all the way up. We put back, we broke 150, came back down to this like about 130, 125 support. And you see right now, we started to see it rebound back up again, right? So I think for Frencken, we are seeing a little bit of, strength coming back in terms of the short term. There's some signs of a reversal. We actually spotted some of those bullish candlestick pattern right over here near the support level at about 130 to 125, right? And you can see that the 20 days moving average, this green line represents the short-term trend. It was pointing down, right? And you can see it has started to flatten out. Maybe not point up yet, but it has started to flatten out. So I think if it starts to point up and we were to go above the $1.50 resistance level, 1.50, great. I think that's potentially where we get more confirmation. You can see I think it actually attempted, right, to break the 150, but didn't really happen. Sellers came back and pushed it down. So normally what happens is when we want to see like a move back up, we want to kind of see like a close above a very key level. So like for sets, we talk about the $3, right? So we don't want it to just go to like 305, I mean above 3, and then end of the day come back down again, right? Then it's like not really counted, right? We want to see it close above the $3, stay above it for like 1 or 2 days at least, all right? And that would be a better confirmation of buyers, all right, wanting to take the stock even higher, all right? So for Frencken, we actually attempted to break the 150, but it didn't really happen, right? Came back down. So let's see if we can attempt it again. If we go above the 150 again, great. I think potentially we may see the reversal all the way from 150 to like about $1.70. All right, so that's for Frencken, all right, one of the stocks that you can put in your watch list. At least there are some signs of a reversal happening right now. All right, okay, so let me go ahead to see if there are any more stocks. So we have covered like Riverstone, Food Empire, SamuderaShipping, AEM, IFAST, Geo Energy Resources, SIA, Japfa, SETS. Number 10 is Frencken. So let me see if I can cover a few more stocks. Okay, we have a Nanofilm, N-A-N-O-F, Nanofilm, right? Let's take a look. Okay, so Nanofilm, not a stock that I would want to think about buying, because guys can clearly see that over the past 1 over 2 years, we have been in a downtrend, right? Just by forming lower highs, it just goes lower highs. So we try not to buy stocks that are in a downtrend, right? Until there are very clear signs of the longer term trend turning up. So in this case, for this stock, yeah, longer term trend is down, but of course short term we did like rebound a little bit. Like look at this, rebound a little bit, but pump all the way down even more, right? Rebound a little bit, all the way down more, right? So it can rebound a bit, of course, in the short term, right? But if you want to think about buying like that, then because you're against the longer term trend, so you want to be careful as well, because you can just rebound a bit and then break a support and go even lower. Does it make sense, right? So we try not to get in on stocks like this. So this is for Nanofilm. Let's take a look at the stock right now. Again, Nanofilm, let's take a look at it. 0.825. So it seems like we have found some support, maybe around that 60 cents. Okay, not too bad. At least we have staged a pretty good rebound. But let's take a look at this resistance. Maybe we have, look at this. I think this would be a resistance level. around that 80 cents. You can see 80 cents was where we were supported somewhere in November, broke down, went down, retested it, became resistance. And yeah, over the past 1 week, right? Over the past 1 week, it seems like we are attempting to go above that 80 cents. So yeah, I mean, for the short term, it looks okay, right? If it stays above 80 cents, I think it's still okay. Okay, maybe we might just rebound a little bit more, maybe to, yeah, I mean, upside could be like all the way to like $1. That is kind of like the next resistance level in the short term. I think if we were to stay above 80 cents, all right, then it's okay. But because, as I mentioned just now, the longer term trend is down, so we are kind of like against the longer term trend, even though the short term trend is up. Does it make sense? All right, so we try not to buy. So if you really want to buy, it's fine. I mean, just make sure you have a plan to get out. For example, if the 80 cent support were to break down again and it goes back down again, we can, hit even lower, right? Like what we have done over the past 2-3 years. Does it make sense? Right? So that's where if you want to think about buying stocks that you are against the trend, just have a plan. Make sure you want to have a very strict stop loss to get out, because that's where the trend could turn anytime back towards the longer term direction, which is now. All right, okay. So that is for this stock called Nanofilm. All right, okay, good. So let's take a look at another one. Okay, Genting. So Genting, let's take a look. Genting Singapore. All right. Okay, so Genting Singapore, let's take a look. So for Genting Singapore, it seems like over the past like 1-2 months, we have found some support. So it's a bit more sideways, not really up, not really down. Obviously, longer term trend is like a bit sideways. So we have maybe seen some support right over here to that 95 cents. So I think the range would be like, 86 cents, 86, 85 right over here, all the way to that 95 cents. So I'm actually waiting for it to really break this 95 cents. It seems like we have seen some bearish candlestick here like 2 times. It was a support level we have broken out as well. So I think that is a very key level, right? I'm waiting for it to break the 95 cents, go to 96, 95.5, 97. That is where we could see that reversal all the way up to 105. But right now, unfortunately, I think that is the range. We are just consolidating sideways. Short term, 86 cents to 95 cents. So I think if you want to try to get in, you can try to get in near the support level, maybe 87, 86. All right, I think that's where some bargain hunting can come back again. All right, so that's for Genting Singapore. All right, so let me know, guys. For those of you who have covered your stocks, just type Y for yes if I've covered your stocks. All right, and if I've not yet covered your stocks yet, just type in the name of the stock again, or I have to like scroll all the way up. So I believe I've covered like quite a bit of stocks already. Let's take a look at it, right? UMS, right? Let's take a look. UMS, seems like a lot of you are asking about UMS as well. Okay, let's take a look, right? So UMS. So one of the tech stock, right? Something like Frencken, all right, one of the tech stock. But you can see that for UMS, I think there's some results announcement, and we were actually holding above this support level at $1.20, right? Since like September last year, but it kind of like just broke down the $1.20 support level. So this 120 would be like a resistance level. So it broke down to 120. In fact, support level could be anywhere from about that $1 to 90 cents. So it seems like we went to around that $1. That was where we also rebounded from in June last year, about a year back. And right over here, guys, can you see that we actually saw a couple of this bullish doji right over here, and then we saw that reversal all the way back up. So I think for UMS, we are still not yet out of the woods, because this support, which is now the resistance at the $1.20, we are still kind of like trying to stay above it. So this 120, I think, is key for now. If you can stay above the 120, and maybe you can see, guys, that this 20 days moving average line, it is still sloping down. So not a very clear direction that the short-term trend has turned out. It might still be a bit weaker unless we have like a few more days or weeks to play out. Let it stabilize, hold above 120. Great. That is potentially where we may slowly see the reversal all the way to like 140 to 160 again. I think that could be like the next upside move, right? So UMS, just take note, 120, that is a key level that we need to stay above over the next few days, or maybe next week as well. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at the banks. All right, the banks. Maybe some of you are asking about the banks. Let's take a look. Okay, so what banks do you guys want me to cover? Just type in the chat, guys. I will cover the Singapore banks right now. So what are the Singapore banks that you want me to cover, right? For those of you who are just joining us, right, welcome to this TikTok live show called Ask Me Any Stock. So we have covered like more than 10 stocks right now. All right, and basically I'm just going through the stocks that you guys are asking about, and I'll review one stock that I like at the end as well, right? So we'll go on maybe another 10-20 more minutes, right? So just hang in there. I'll show you guys one stock that I like. And guys, if you have not yet followed me, go ahead to click on the follow button, tap on the screen, do me a favor, tap on the screen, show me some likes or some love. All right, tap on the follow button as well, follow me so that when we go live on TikTok in the future, you will be notified as well. All right, thanks for following me. Thanks, Pauline. Hi, thank you. We have who joining us? William. Hi, Kevin. Good to see you here as well, joining us. Thank you. Thanks, Linda. All right, okay, so let's move on right now. And the banks, let's take a look at DBS. I think some of you are asking about DBS. Let's take a look. So I think DBS, right, very strong, one of the strongest bank among like OCBC and UOB. We have actually broken to a new high. I think I did a video on YouTube as well. All right, for this bank, we actually broke this very key resistance at about that $34. So right now, quite clearly, we have seen another resistance. So this would be a support level. Let me just draw it green in color. All right, so we have seen a bit of a resistance over the past 3 weeks, right? Past 3, in fact, almost a month, right? At this $36, write it down. That is a very key resistance level for now for DBS. It seems like we are hard pressed to break above it. A couple of bearish candles here. So as it approaches like somewhere near that $36. So in fact, 35.95, right? The high was about 35.99. So 36, you can take a look at the market depth. There's huge amount of sellers, right? So I think if you want to take some profit near 36, because we have gone up by quite a fair bit after breaking that 31 resistance. Of course, the trend is up, right? Not just in the short term, but also in the longer term. We have gone up by quite a lot, right? I mean, for DBS from like in March by about 19-20%. So that is where I would say that it's fine to lock in some profits as well, right? Because we are seeing a little bit of a consolidation, which is actually healthy, right? If a stock were to move up too fast, actually you want to be a bit more careful, right? But if it consolidates and maybe we pull back a little bit, we find another support level, that is a healthy thing, right? That's a healthy thing, and that gives it more, I would say, more upside in terms of the rally. All right, that gives it a little bit more strength. I would say in general, it's a little bit more sustainable. All right, so resistance wise at 36, support wise 34, but it seems like we can draw another support level over the past 2 weeks that has came out. So let me just draw it for you. You can see that $35 seems like a support level that came out. So I think the range is quite clearly $1, all right, which is like $35 to $36, right? So it's very simple. So I think if you want to get out near 36, maybe wait for a pullback near 35 again. You can see, right, 35 is where we got a bullish candle here again, rebounded up. So now maybe we're seeing a bit of weakness. Maybe you see some bullish candle again, maybe all the way up again, up, down, pump. Eventually it breaks 36. Great. That is where we may see targets being raised to like maybe that $37 to $38. All right, so that's for DBS. Okay, so let's take a look at another stock. Seatrium. So a lot of people are asking about Seatrium, right? Eric, you're asking about Seatrium. Let me take a look at it. Go ahead to hit the tap on the screen. Give me some like and hearts if I've covered your stocks. Would it be okay, guys, to hit the like button or the tap on the screen, guys, if I've covered your stocks, so that I know that at least I've covered many of the stocks that you guys were asking about? Okay, let's take a look. Seatrium Ltd. Okay, so this is Seatrium Ltd. All right, thanks for joining us. Hi, Jessica. Okay, Geo Energy. We have covered Geo Energy already, all right? So you can watch the replay, all right? You can check out my YouTube channel as well, or if you're on my email list or a client of mine in Philip Securities, that's where we'll set out the replay as well, all right? Okay, let's move on to Seatrium. So for Seatrium, for those of you who don't know, we actually did what we call like a stock share consolidation, whereby the number of shares you have actually went up by about 20 times, the number of shares that you have actually went down by about 20 times. So you come like the price, it was like less, the price went up by about 20 times as well. So you can see right now the price resistance wise, now the price is $1.88. So I think about not sure whether they did 2 weeks or 3 weeks back, they did like something like a stock consolidation, whereby the price adjusted after the stock consolidation by about 20 times. Right, so after the share consolidation, this is based on adjusted prices. You can see that we are seeing this range right now, right? So it's $1.88. The trend, to be honest, even before this stock consolidation, right, is a bit of a downtrend just by drawing this downward sloping channel resistance line connecting the highs, right? So it's forming what we call lower high. So it's forming lower high. So it's a little bit weaker, I would say, a little bit weaker. So this is Seatrium Ltd, right? A little bit weaker, a bit of a downtrend, lower highs. And in terms of the moving averages, the 100 days moving average, the blue line, 200 days moving average as well, they're both pointing down. So longer term trend for Seatrium Limited, right? Seatrium Limited, the name has changed, right? From Seatrium to Seatrium Limited, right? I would say that is down for now, the longer term trend, right? The short term trend, thankfully, we have found some support, right? Around the $1.50, $1.50. So I would say that the range would be from $1.50 to $2 right now, right? $1.50 to $2. So if you're looking to get in on dips, maybe near $1.50, $1.60, you can consider that, all right? But I think you want to watch this very key level, which is the $2. Look at these guys, $2. All right, $2. If you look at it like 1 or 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks back before the company did a share consolidation, it was $2. It was like about, I think, 20 cents, right? I think, I'm not sure whether is it 10 times or 20 times, right? But yeah, but it was like much cheaper, right? About 20 cents or something, right? So you could see that this is a very key support level, right? Support level that is now obviously a resistance level, and a resistance level, and also it is a psychological level, $2, right? $2. So that is a very key level. I think for Seatrium Limited to really see strength, right, we need to get above that $2. We need to go above that $2, right? We need to stay above it. We need to go above it. Then there is some hopes of at least the trend starting to turn up. But anything above $2, I would say we can still be weak, because this is a very key level. You can set the alerts 201, 202, 205, whatever. That is where if we really go above it, great. I think that's where I would take a look at this stock again in terms of buying, because that's potentially where the reversal can start to happen, because this $2 psychological resistance level has been broken. All right, so that is Seatrium, right? Seatrium Limited. All right, okay, so we have covered Riverstone, we have covered Geo Energy. So those of you who are typing in the stocks, right, we have actually covered all of it. So in case you missed it, you can watch the replay, be on my email list. Go ahead to click on my link in bio, guys. Go to link in bio. If you're not on my email list, or if you're not a client of mine in Philips Securities, if you're not getting some of the ideas that we share by WhatsApp daily, right, for free, right, check out how you can become a client of mine in Philips Securities for free. In fact, many of those stocks that we covered, some of you are asking about, right, we actually sent out a note by WhatsApp to our clients, right? So click the link in bio to find out how you can become a client of mine in Philips Securities to get some of these ideas for free, especially if you are trading, you have a trading account, you're trading like, in the Singapore market or in the US market, and you don't get any service from your own broker, right? No videos, no ideas, don't even have anybody contacting you or sending any WhatsApp or anything, all right? Find out how you can become a client of mine in Philips Securities for free, right? There's no additional charge whatsoever, all right? In case you're thinking there's some extra charge, no, all right? We pretty much try to add value to our clients, all right? And that's how we pretty much value add to our clients, okay? Okay, so let's take a look at another stock. Okay, Keppel. I think some of you are asking about Keppel. Reach, you're asking about Keppel, right? Let me go with Keppel. Okay, so another one, let's take a look. Keppel, let's see. Okay, so I think Keppel, one of those stocks that I've analyzed as well. Let me see. So this is Keppel right over here. So I think I've drawn some support and resistance level as well. I think right now about $6.50. So 650, guys, look at it, right? So 650 was a very key resistance level somewhere in November. We broke up, went all the way up to 750, and we are coming back down, right? We are coming back down. I mean, we have came back down. We have broke the $7 psychological level, down. But what happens, right? Look at this, guys. The 650 was where about 2 weeks back we saw a pretty bullish candle. Even though it's red in color, it's like a bearish bar, but it had a long lower shadow that shows buyers actually coming up near 650 to push prices. Let me just zoom it for you, right over here. Prices coming up near 650, and buyers buy, all the way up, and it closes somewhere at the top. So this is what we call like a bullish candle. All right, bullish candlestick is a kind of like a spinning top with a lower shadow, right? And yeah, so 650 would be a support level for now, right? All the way to the $7 resistance. So we are like $6.72, which is pretty much in the middle. So I think if it does dip to like near 650, I'm not too sure whether it will dip to 650 again, but maybe near 660, right? I think that's where some buying pressure can come back again. All right, and that's potentially where you can think about getting in to ride it all the way to $7. After $7, if that breaks, all the way to 750. Right, so you can see, guys, that the short-term trend, the 20 days moving average line, was pointing down. Right now, still slightly pointing down, but maybe flattening out. Right, so good. Right, it shows that the short-term trend stabilizing. And why? Because as I mentioned, that is potentially where support has actually came back out. All right, so that is for Keppel. Okay, guys, so that's it. I think I've covered more than 10, 12 over stocks already. All right, so for those of you who have covered your stocks, just type OK, guys, if I've covered your stocks, and maybe I want to share with you guys one stock that I like as well. So I think I've covered most of the IFAST done, Geo Energy done, UMS done. So let me just scroll up and see, right? Okay, good. So I think I've covered most of the stocks, guys. And let's go on to take a look, right? So how many of you want me to share with you some top stocks that is in my watch list? Just type T for top, or hit the like, tap on your screen, give me some love, hit the like button. Right? How many of you want me to cover some top stock? Type T in the chat, or hit the like button, show me some love. Right over here. T, thanks George, good to see you here. Gan, hi. James, hi, good to see you here as well. Okay, so maybe I'll share with you guys like one or two Singapore stocks that has been in my watch list, all right, and whereby you could also put them in your watch list as well. All right, so let's take a look at it. I think we have this stock. I actually shared with clients of mine today as well. So that stock, let me take a look, right? So that would be like OUE. Okay, let's take a look at OUE, right? So this is like OUE, right? That came into my watch list. Also, we have some alerts that were set as well. So OUE, right? OUE, bonus stock. You can watch this stock because OUE, guys, you can see that OUE, since like about 2-3 years back, we have been, supported above this resistance level at the $1.20. So it's a bit of resistance. We went above it. Support in 2022 as well. We broke down last year, went all the way down, and thankfully we found some support around that $1 level. So right now you can see that over the past few days, we actually are attempting to break this very key resistance, turn support, a resistance level again, and now we are actually attempting to break the $1.20. So that is where I kind of got my team to send out a note to our clients in Philip Securities as well by WhatsApp, and we can potentially see more upside all the way to like 130 to that 140 resistance level. Why 140? Well, because that was the resistance level we have seen since about 2-3 years back. So that could be the upside, right, for OUE. One of the stocks that came into our watch list. There is signs of the short-term trend turning up. We have broken a key level. If it stays above 120, I mean, now it's only one day, right? But of course, it's not closed yet, but let's assume that today we close at 122, 121, 123, or even 125, right? I think that would be another confirmation that, we are making our way up. The reversal is on track, all right? We are actually attempting to push higher, all right? So that is for OUE, right? The first stock that I like to share with you. How many of you want me to share with you like maybe another stock? Just type 2 in guys in chat if you want me to share with you guys another stock that you can put in your watch list as well, all right? Okay, so let's go on. Number 222. Thank you, Shah. Thanks, Audrey, Victor. Good to see you here. Okay, I think let's just cover this stock. So this stock is, let's take a look, right? So I think this stock would be, let me see, right? So we have so in fact, some of the stocks that I want to share with you guys has already been covered because you guys asked about it. So let me just think about one more stock that is okay. Let's see, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this stock called YZG. So SamuderaShipping. sorry, not SamuderaShipping. SamuderaShipping, I've covered it just now, right? So that was like stock number 3. But let's take a look at Yangzijiang, right? Yangzijiang. So those of you who have been following me for a while, I've been covering like Yangzijiang YZJ shipbuilding since a couple of months back. You can see that very strong longer term uptrend. In fact, over the past few days, right, we actually staged a break above this very key level, the 195 to $2. And I actually got my team to send out a note to our clients as well in Philips Securities, whereby we broke this resistance. So upside targets was about 220 level. So it seems like right now we have actually headed towards our target at about $2.20 right over here, right? So it's a very, very strong push. You can see, guys, look at this, right? So we saw some support here at about the $1.70 bullish candle. So when I covered it, it was like somewhere over here. We saw support coming in 170, and I mentioned, guys, that we want to wait for the short-term trend to turn up, right? So we actually saw weakness, right? So when 195 went down, and we're back to this same support level at 170. And look at this, guys, when the 20 days moving average line started to flatten out, or maybe even point up, like right over here, right? That would be a very good entry, right? To ride it all the way up. Of course, before that, it hasn't broke the 195, but there's a very high potential of it rebounding up and maybe even breaking that resistance to push higher. So we have gone up by more than 25-26% in over the past 1 over week. How many of you have made some profits? I mean, if you have like got the alert from it, just type P for profits, guys. If you're one of those who have made some profits from Yangzijiang, because I've covered it over the past couple of weeks and you have got in, you have made some profits, just type P in chat. So yeah, this is Yangzijiang, right? I mean, it still looks quite okay, even though it has gone up quite a bit. Maybe let's take a look at where we may see some selling again. So I think selling is at 220. So if we hit our targets at 220, you can also think about protecting profits right here. Protecting profits, because that is where, past today, I think today we are seeing a little bit of a reversal candle, something like a doji. So 220 could be where some selling is happening. But we need a bit more days to play out. So if we can like maybe pull back down a bit, maybe to like $2 or 210, that could be a better entry as well. So let me just turn this resistance to a support level. I think we can raise it all the way up to $2. So the range now would be like $2 to 220, right? So I need more days to play out, but this is definitely one of the stocks that is still in my watch list. You can choose to lock in some profits, but on dips, to like a support level, that is where you could think about getting in again, right? So this is Yangzijiang YZJ shipbuilding, one of the stocks that have came into our watch list. It looks quite okay, but this has gone up a lot as well. So you can take some profit, it's perfectly fine. All right, so this is Yangzijiang, right? So I think we have come to the end, guys. We have come to the end of this TikTok live show. How many of you got some value? Just type V if I've covered your stocks. You got some value, type V for value, guys, in the chat. Thank you so much. And of course, guys, if you have not yet followed me, just click on the follow button at the top left-hand corner so that when we go live, all right, you will be notified as well. And as I mentioned, guys, many of those stocks that we talk about. So let me just do a quick recap of all the stocks, right? Thanks for typing V. Thanks Shah, thanks Victor, Maureen, Eric, Elise, Rich, Abun, Nick, Gan, Xiaopik. Thank you, George. All right, thank you so much for staying all the way to here. For those of you who have just joined us from the beginning, right? So let me just do a quick recap of what we have covered. So beginning of the live show, all right, we have covered some of the key indices, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and even the STI, and share with you guys some of the factors that were affecting the market as well. And we covered the stock that you guys were asking about. So let me just list all the stocks over here in case you missed it. You can watch the replay, all right? Subscribe to my email list, click on the link in my bio to find out how, all right? Or if you're already a client of mine in Philips Securities, you'll get the replay when it's ready as well, all right? So let me list all the stocks that were covered in order. We have number 1, Riverstone, number 2, Food Empire, number 3, SamuderaShipping, number 4, AEM, number 5, IFAST, number 6, Geo Energy Res, number 7, SIA, number 8, Japfa, number 9, SETS Services, number 10, Frencken, number 11, Nanofilm, number 12, Genting Singapore, number 13, UMS, number 14, DBS, number 15, we have Seatrium, number 16, Keppel, and we have like 18, OUE, number 19, Yangzijiang Shipbuilding, which is the 2 bonus stock that I'll share with you guys. All right, so we have pretty much come to the end. All right, thank you so much for joining us all the way here. Really appreciate you guys. Yeah, make sure you follow me, and I'll see you guys again. So as I say, if you are not getting any of those ideas by WhatsApp daily, find out how you can become a client of mine in Philips Securities for free. Link in the bio. Click on it. Check it out. And that's where I look forward to welcoming you on board as well. My team will be in touch with you, and that's where you can get some of our ideas much faster by WhatsApp as well. Especially if you're trading in Singapore, you have a trading account and you're not getting any service from your own broker. It's pretty much a DIY online platform or an app. You just log in and just carry on. Nobody care about you or send you anything. Check it out, link in bio. Look forward to work together with you as a client of mine in Phillip Securities, right? So Joey here, signing off. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in the next TikTok live show. Click on the follow button to follow. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you. Bye, Bunchin. Bye, Reach. Bye, Flair. Thanks for joining us. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye, everyone.